I'm Chris Evans, Extension Forester with the University of Illinois, and we're looking here at emerald ash borer. If you're not familiar with emerald ash borer, it is an invasive insect that has moved into Illinois. Here in southern Illinois, it's been about 5 years, and it attacks our ash trees. So we have 4 different species of ash tree down here, and the problem is our native ash really have no resistance to this insect. And so what we're seeing is a lot of mortality. A lot of the ash are just dying from this insect feeding on them. It's a hazard for us because that as the ash die, they become a risk for falling down. We're also losing the species out of our ecosystems. So I'm beside an ash tree here that has died from emerald ash borer. So it shows kind of some of the symptoms that you see commonly with emerald ash borer. And up here close where the bark is falling off, you can actually see the little galleries. So that's where the little larvae of the ash borer have been feeding. And so they get just under the bark, and they make these kind of snaking, sinuous galleries, and they eat that inner bark layer, that cambial layer. And over time, this basically just girdles the whole tree, starves it of nutrients, and eventually kills it. And this is really visible here. You can see there's multiple other places where this is happening. As the tree dies, the bark separates from the inner part of the tree, and you get this really loose bark that peels back like this. And so just peeling it back, you can see more of those galleries. And so that's another sign for emerald ash borer, is loose peeling bark like this, especially when they're in the advanced stage. In the smaller branches where the bark is thinner, and that's usually higher in the tree, you'll see exit holes. So as the larvae, when they finish feeding, they get large enough, they'll pupate under the bark and turn into an adult. And then the adult chews its way out of the tree. And they do that, they make a little tiny, we call an exit hole, that's a clean D shape. So it's flat on one side and rounded on the other. And the reason why is the adults themselves have a flat head too, so it's kind of mimics the shape of their head, but it's really, really noticeable on those smaller branches. It's a really clean kind of capital D shaped exit hole, and that's usually one of the first signs you see for emerald ash borer, even before you see a lot of this advanced stage problems. Another sign for emerald ash borer is heavy woodpecker feeding. Woodpeckers will key in on the fact that there's a lot of these larvae under the bark, and they'll start focusing on ash trees. So if you see a lot of this bark being sloughed off like this, it's called blonding or flecking. That's a good sign. And then all of these ragged holes here, that's actually woodpecker feeding holes where they've burrowed through the bark to eat the emerald ash borer larvae. And trees that are kind of in that advanced stage of infestation, they're at close to the point of dying, this is a very common, you'll see this through them, and that's one of the things we key in on when we look for emerald ash borer, is this flecking and all these little woodpecker holes. So this is another sign of emerald ash borer that you'll commonly see, and it's usually one of the first ones to kind of clue in on that your tree's in trouble. And it's this, we call it epicormal sprouting. It's all these small diameter little branches that come out of the bigger branches. It's basically the tree is, as the ash borer is chewing through the tree and kind of depriving it of nutrients, it's the tree's effort to try to get more nutrients out there, get more photosynthetic capacity. So it's putting up a whole lot more branches, just trying to get what it needs to survive, get more energy. And usually this is kind of, once we see this, within a year or two, this tree's going to drop down and probably die in a few years. There's not a lot you can do on a large scale to get rid of emerald ash borer. If you have a lot of ash in your forest, that's pretty much going to go through there, and you're going to expect to lose it. But if you do have, an ash tree in your yard, or or a tree that's really special to you, or something that's a centerpiece of your landscaping, or whatever, a tree that you want to keep, there are some things you can do to keep emerald ash borer out of those trees, as long as you do it early enough before the tree's really starting to be impacted. And it's pesticides. So you can put either a soil drench or an injection, and you put this systemic pesticide in there that will kill the ash borers. The problem is it only lasts for 1 to 3 years depending on the chemicals you use, so you have to repeat it. But it's very effective at keeping emerald ash borer out of your ash trees. and keeping your ash trees healthy as long as it's not too advanced already. If it's in a bad state, you're already seeing a lot of decline or dieback, then you're probably too late. But catch it early and you can save a tree from emerald ash borer. But again, it's a repeated treatment kind of thing. We are starting to kind of research ash now here down at the Ag Center and throughout Southern Illinois. And we're trying to get a better sense of how fast these trees start to break down and how fast they become a hazard. So we're looking at, we're trapping emerald ash borer, surveying for it throughout the southern 11 counties, and we're monitoring trees over 5 years to kind of see their rate of decline and how quick they become hazardous. And the idea would be that we know when we have to implement management strategies, how long we have to afterwards. Just some better ideas for managers to know kind of how to respond to emerald ash borer. So the one good thing about emerald ash borer is it really is restricted just to ash trees. So other species, you know, it's not going to move over to maples or to oaks or anything like that. Ash is an important part of our ecosystems. We have an estimated close to 150 million ash trees in Illinois. So it is going to be a big impact, but luckily it's really restricted just to those trees. We don't see it moving in Illinois to any other species.